Jey Uso's future in WWE has been thrown into uncertainty after reports confirmed he has been placed in concussion protocol. Following the brutal Wrestle Palooa tag team match, sources close to the situation indicate that the injury occurred when a steel chair ricocheted off Bron Breakker's back and smashed into Jey's head, leaving him busted open in the ring. This development has WWE fans alarmed, as concussions carry unpredictable recovery times and often change the trajectory of major storylines. WWE insiders suggest that the company has pulled Jey from all immediate in-ring action. His medical evaluation is ongoing, and officials are treading carefully because of the rising awareness around head injuries and CTE, while WWE does not publicly confirm concussions for legal reasons. The language of medical protocol is a clear sign that Jey's status will be monitored closely in the coming weeks. The timing of this injury is particularly critical given the high-profile reunion of the Usos that WWE had just put into motion. The Usos reunion was billed as one of the biggest feel-good moments of Wrestle Palooa, marking their first official tag team match in over a year. Fans erupted with excitement when Jimmy and Jey walked down the ramp together, reigniting one of the most dominant tag teams in modern wrestling. However, this injury has now thrown cold water on that momentum. If Jey is sidelined long-term, WWE's creative team could be forced to rework plans for Jimmy Uso, who has struggled to find footing as a solo competitor. The Wrestle Palooa showdown against Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker was designed to elevate WWE's rising stars while still celebrating the Usos reunion. With LA Knight serving as a special guest referee, the match had the chaotic energy of an Attitude Era-style brawl. Steel chairs, tables, and wild sequences gave the crowd plenty to cheer for. But the aftermath was more serious than WWE expected, as Jey's injury now overshadows the booking decision to put Reed and Breakker over as victors. Brian Alvarez of F4W Online broke the story that Jey Uso was injured mid-match. He reported that WWE officials backstage were immediately concerned and that Jey was evaluated by medical staff before leaving the arena. Though he finished the bout, his head wound and post-match condition prompted the decision to enter concussion protocol. Alvarez noted that WWE is especially cautious after multiple lawsuits in the past from former talent alleging mishandling of head trauma backstage. Sources also revealed that WWE Creative had penciled the Usos into a month-long storyline leading up to Crown Jewel in Australia. The working plan was for Jimmy and Jey to challenge Reed and Breakker again in a rematch, with potential stipulations being considered. If Jey cannot compete, this entire program may be scrapped, leaving creative scrambling to find a new direction for all four men involved. This disruption highlights the fragility of long-term booking when real-life injuries intervene. The concussion protocol timeline adds to the unpredictability. Some superstars have cleared protocol within a week, while others, such as Corey Graves and Daniel Bryan in the past, were sidelined for years, or even forced into early retirement. Fans on social media are pointing out that Jey has already endured multiple higher-risk matches in his career, raising concerns about his long-term health and future longevity in the ring. #PrayForJey has even trended briefly on Twitter after the Wrestle Palooa fallout. Fan reactions have been divided between sympathy and frustration. Many supporters are urging WWE to prioritize Jey's health, emphasizing that concussions are not something to rush back from. At the same time, some fans expressed disappointment that the Usos' long-awaited reunion has already hit a major roadblock. YouTube clips of Jey's chairshot accident are circulating rapidly, with fan commentary dubbing it one of the scariest botches of 2025 so far. Jimmy Uso's position also becomes uncertain without Jey. For nearly 2 years, Jimmy's singles run failed to capture momentum, and many analysts believe he needs Jey to remain relevant. If Jey is sidelined, Jimmy may be pushed back into a supporting role on SmackDown or Raw with limited direction. This could derail WWE's efforts to keep the Uso brand strong in a tag team division that has been struggling with depth. Industry insiders are also questioning whether WWE should split Jimmy and Jey permanently once Jey returns. The argument is that constant injuries and repetitive storylines around the Usos may prevent either brother from elevating further. However, WWE history shows that the two are far more successful together than apart. This latest setback may force management to accept that the Usos are a package deal and cannot thrive as solo acts. Reports indicate that WWE medical staff will reevaluate Jey Uso later this week. If symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, or memory lapses persist, he could be held out of action for an extended period. The company has no live events scheduled until October's Japanese tour, giving them a rare window to keep Jey off television without derailing too many storylines. However, Crown Jewel remains the big question mark. If Jey cannot be cleared by then, WWE will need a backup plan for Jimmy and for Reed and Breakker. The injury also comes at a pivotal time in WWE's tag team division. The Raw side has been criticized for lacking depth and star power, which is why the Usos reunion was considered a major fix. With Jey out, Reed and Breakker may now be accelerated into title contention sooner than expected. Creative may pivot to showcase them as dominant enforcers who ended the USO's comeback before it truly began. That narrative could help elevate them to main event status. Breakker's involvement in the injury has drawn some criticism online, though reports clarify that the accident was unintentional. The steel chair ricochet spot is said to have been rehearsed but went wrong in the chaos of the match. Breakker reportedly checked on Jey backstage after the match and expressed concern for his health. WWE officials do not hold Breakker responsible, and instead, the situation is being treated as a freak accident rather than negligence. The reunion storyline for the USOs had also been tied to future bloodline developments. Roman Reigns' expected return later this year was rumored to involve a potential family standoff, with the USOs playing a key role. If Jey is unavailable, that angle may need to be restructured. Some insiders speculate that Solo Sikoa could be used more heavily in the meantime, while Jimmy might be paired with another ally temporarily until Jey is cleared. There's also speculation about whether WWE will use this injury to write Jey off television for a storyline angle. Concussion protocol already justifies his absence, but creative may craft an on-screen injury angle to keep fans engaged. For example, they could blame Reed and Breakker for deliberately sidelining Jey, intensifying the rivalry whenever he returns. This would allow WWE to protect Jey's health while still maintaining storyline heat. Fans are also pointing out that Jey Uso has been one of the hardest-working WWE superstars of the past 3 years. From main eventing pay-per-views against Roman Reigns to carrying major storylines with Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, Jey has rarely had time off. Many argue that this forced break could benefit him, allowing his body to heal from accumulated wear and tear. If booked properly, Jey could return stronger, refreshed, and more over with the audience. The USO's legacy is also at stake during this uncertain time. They are widely regarded as one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history, but consistent injuries could harm their long-term reputation. Some analysts compare them to the Hardy Boys, who also faced similar injury setbacks during key moments of their careers. We must now balance preserving the USO's legacy with developing its younger stars in the division. In the meantime, Bronson Reed and Breakker's momentum may skyrocket. By being booked as the team that injured Jey Uso, even if unintentionally, they gain credibility as dangerous forces. WWE could capitalize on this by positioning them as the next challengers for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Their current 5-3 record as a team has already been boosted by the Wrestle Palooa win, and management is reportedly impressed with their chemistry. If Jey Uso's injury proves long-term, there could also be opportunities for him outside the ring. WWE often uses sideline stars in non-wrestling roles, such as backstage interviews, commentary spots, or storyline appearances. Jey's charisma and fan connection make him a valuable on-screen personality even if he cannot compete physically. This could help keep his momentum alive until he is medically cleared. The wider WWE locker room has reportedly rallied around Jey after his injury. Multiple superstars have posted supportive messages on social media, emphasizing his resilience and importance to the roster. Jey is said to be in good spirits despite the setback, though he remains frustrated at the timing, given how much buzz the USO's reunion had generated. His determination to return as soon as possible is evident, but officials are urging patience. WWE's handling of this situation will also be closely watched by the public. In recent years, the company has faced criticism for downplaying concussions, but current protocols are stricter than ever. By keeping Jey out of action and conducting proper testing, WWE aims to demonstrate responsibility. Any misstep could reignite debates about wrestler safety, especially given the NFL's ongoing battles with concussion-related lawsuits.